2-4 on the beat.
You niggas be faking. I check in the bag, I go to Jamaica. I need a vacation. I stay with a baddie, I fuck with the flavors. I'm chasing this paper. I got a new crib, it came with some acres. Make nothing with bangers. These niggas are stupid, I swear I'm dangerous. These niggas be hating. I'm doing no favors. I need a vacation. I grind on the daily. These niggas be hating. I'm doing no favors. Need a vacation. I grind on the daily. These niggas be hating. I'm doing no favors. I need a vacation. Got no time for waiting. Ain't doing no favors. I'm just chasing this paper.
You already know what it is. You're listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
It's your girl Imani.
And today we got a very special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the people that might not know you.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy TRV, a.k.a. The Real Versatile.
Hey.
Talk about your brand. Talk about why you're here and all that. Give them the scoop.
All right, so my clothing brand is called Versatility, and I'm challenging my consumers to be versatile. You know what I'm saying? Step out your comfort zone. Recognize that we all have unknown abilities. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Medford as well, so went to Medford High, played ball all my life, but excuse me. Appreciate you, bro. But kind of fashion is what I kind of lean towards down the line, but yeah, that's about it.
So my question would be like, what got you started with Versatility? What was the image, or what was the passion? What was the essential starting point for Versatility?
So the main starting point was probably so I was actually homeless for a period of time in 2017, right? I was the kid where I played ball and I was at UMass Boston, and you know, I thought I was gonna go overseas and all that stuff, but I was with a girl for about a year and change, and I decided to move in with her. You know what I'm saying? Was working overnight, and she cheated on me. So next thing you know, I couldn't afford her half of the rent. You know what I'm saying? We both got kicked out. I'm on my boy's couch. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the broken heart kind of ties into the versatility aspect, where I have the broken heart on like all my products. You know what I mean? Like on all the backs of all the hoodies and stuff. So that's where it kind of like means to me. But what versatility kind of means to everyone else would be more of the, you know, you got to adapt. You know, the ability to adapt to anything. You know what I'm saying? When I was at that rock bottom point, that's when I kind of recognized that versatility was like the way out. You feel me? So that's what it really means to me. But as a brand and as a movement, it's more of a kind of, I use my story to kind of more inspire people. You know what I'm saying? People, like, they see me and they be like, oh, you're doing X, Y, Z, and like you're still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'm special. I just think that I just have a vision and I'm gonna see it through. You know what I'm saying? So.
So, in your opinion, what's the main goal for Versatility? What do you want to bring the brand as a whole?
As a whole, I probably want to. So I do want to like make a break into the fashion industry. We're focused on streetwear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be like I don't want to say like, but Supreme and like all those type of brands. So that's probably the main goal. I want to be a big clothing brand, but one of my other goals is I also want to establish a record label. You know what I'm saying? Like, music has always been a passion for me. I played the drums for 5 years before I moved to Medford. I was originally from Malden, but I came to Medford for high school.
Gang. Gang.
You feel me? So, yeah, so I think for me, I obviously want to get into the fashion industry, but music as well is big for me, where like I've been setting up events as well, where like, you know, using versatility as the front, versatile events, and I'm able to, you know, book artists and, you know, set up showcases. So I'm actually like, I had to, you know, kind of finesse my way into the music industry where, you know, I'm here now. You know what I mean?
And for the people that don't know, man's name is Maurice, you know, Mr. TRV, Mr. Versatile.
Maurice Magras, yes, sir.
He's been on this grind for about like 2-3 years now.
2 years. November 22nd is my 2-year anniversary.
Hey.
2 years. He's been grinding with Versatility for 2 years. This man has been on it since no one was supporting him from the jump. I remember he was just posting on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, trying to get his brand out there, and he's gone a long way since then.
Appreciate
so
you,
we
bro.
had to
That's
bring
love.
him onto the show.
Appreciate you, bro.
Show him some love, and you know, just get the message and try to understand what versatility is all about.
Appreciate you, bro. That's love.
As it ties into music, could you just go in depth more about that? Like, could you explain that?
So the record label that I want to establish is going to be called MTJM. It's going to be more than just music, the label. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be the first record label where my artists are going to retain ownership, because I don't necessarily agree, especially with content creation, that nowadays the way these record labels work, like these guys are getting like 70-30, you know what I'm saying, split. And it's not even your content, you feel me? It's like for the rest of your life. So I can understand why people like Kanye be like, oh, like we're enslaved, you know, to the music game, because I get it. So I want my artists to own all their stuff. So it's been kind of hard building it, because I don't necessarily, I can't really like charge people anything yet. You know, it's more of just a vision, like, you know, this is what I'm trying to do. Because down the line, especially when like these people are making their own money, like I'm just more helping them promote their stuff, you know what I'm saying, get it across, like it's just a platform, you feel me? So that's what I'm really trying to do, but it's just been hard setting it up because, like I said, like my artists are gonna own all of their work, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna be kind of the connector, the facilitator, feel me?
I respect that.
So have you found ways to be that connector? Like, have you been branching out to certain like music businesses within the area? Because I know Boston, you know, we don't really have a large music presence, even though we do, but we're not known. We're not as widely known as other cities. Like, do you feel like you're gonna stay here and continue to branch out, or do you feel like you have to go to other places to do that?
So I was actually working with a company, Capital Firm Booking. Shout out my guy Chris Davis, you know what I'm saying? He was helping me with the whole setup, and he was helping me, teaching me really just the game, you feel me? So without him and kind of extending and, you know, that energy to me and just, you know, opening that door for me, like I don't necessarily know if I would have been able to do what I'm doing now myself, you feel me? So I do think that you definitely need people like that to open the door for you, one. In Boston, though, like this is like, you know what I mean, no offense, I'm not talking smack, but.
No, please do.
No, go ahead.
All right, so the way that Boston works, right, so people kind of think that it's a competition, right? Like you have a lot of people out here in the Boston area that are literally on the same frequency, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that are trying to do the same things, and they'll see you trying to do something, right? And like, I think, honestly, I think that they have faith in you, they support you, they think you're gonna do it, but the issue is that you came from the same place. Feel me? And a lot of these people, like, they're remaining stagnant. They're not taking that first step, so they're gonna remain in the same place. You feel me? So now I'm gonna get to the third point where you said, am I going to like necessarily stay out here? Like, no, I can't. Feel me? Like this summer literally taught me that like, I'm out here trying to put all these artists on, and like all these people are literally out here for self. You feel me? So I'm literally gonna build out here, you know what I'm saying, between here and New Hampshire. I live in New Hampshire now, so I'm gonna build between here and New Hampshire, but in terms of Boston as a whole, like you can't just try to show love out here. Like you'll get eaten up. You know what I mean? And like I experienced it firsthand because these 2 years has been hard for me, just showing love and just, you know, extending myself to everybody. You know what I mean? Just trying to do it, because it's hard when you're the only one that really kind of sees the vision, or the only one that really like sees it. You know, but.
So how would you fix that? And if you could, like, how would you go around that? You know what I mean?
So that's where I'm at right now, literally. So it's crazy you just asked me that, because I think it's still important to still show love, to still extend yourself, because I was just so mad and so bitter. You feel me? That why are all these people like, you know, not necessarily reciprocating the same energy that I'm giving out? Because I can literally like, I'll meet somebody, right, and I can see the potential. You know what I mean? Like I'll meet somebody, I'll be like, oh, like we could make money together. But like now that I'm learning, like not all money is good money.
True.
You feel me? Like you could be a whole bag, like we can make a whole bag together, but the negative energy and all the stuff that comes with it, like is it gonna be worth it? Like is it gonna be worth it to how like your image kind of like, you know what I mean? Like how you perceive by the public, you feel me? Especially at this point with like how you just said, like I'm literally the brand, you know? So I just think it's important to kind of keep your third eye open in the business world, especially, you feel me? Because you know, that gut feeling that you have with people, like certain people like, oh, like they're trying to use me and they're trying to, you know, X, Y, Z, like it's probably, like you're probably spot on.
So, all right, from after hearing everything you've just said, you've gone through a lot of hardships, a lot of just dealing with a lot of bullshit as well, right? So how do you overcome that? Like from the jump, like with your girlfriend doing what she did, being on your friend's couch, people not really supporting you as much as they should in your mind, like how do you overcome that? What do you do?
Just keep grinding. You know what I mean? At first, it was hard because, you know, within the first, 6 months to a year, you know, like you're not even confident in yourself yet. Feel me? Like even like now I'm 2 years deep and like, you know, still sometimes I question myself, feel me? So it was hard kind of getting past the, you know, the ups and downs where you like one day you're like, oh, I really want to do this. Then the next day you're like, I'm not sure. And there's no one supporting you. So like, there's no one kind of keeping you going. You feel me? So I think it's important within the first year, especially to just kind of just keep pushing. And especially if you're going to see it, then just keep going, you know? And then once you get to like year 2, like that's when other people will support you and then kind of like, they'll like raise you up. You feel me? Because like I feel like everyone goes down. So everyone, you know, needs to be raised up at times. So first couple of years, people will start, supporting you and kind of carrying you along as well.
So where are you thinking of going? If you were to leave.
Right.
So, all right, so it's tough, especially, like, I don't really want to be, saying too much ahead of time, but
Okay.
I definitely want to go somewhere like the Cali area, you feel me, where there's a lot of, dreamers, and I don't really stick out as much, you feel me, where, I don't know, like I said, like, I don't really think I'm, like, that special at all, you feel me, so I feel like once I get into an area with a lot of people that are literally like, oh, like, you're trying to do this? Oh, like, let me help you, like, we can help each other, you feel me, as opposed to, oh, like, you stick out, you're trying to do this. Well, I know this one person from this one city who's doing this too. Like, I'm gonna try to get y'all to work together. But they try to get you to work together, and then, like, there's mad animosity. You feel me? Because, oh, like, you're repping this city, repping this. I'm like, yo, motherfucker, I'm repping myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I repping? You feel me? Like, ever since, like, once I was homeless, you feel me? Like, all them accolades and all that, like, it don't mean shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, I was, like, popular, all that stuff. Like, everyone knew me, like, whatever, cool. But, like, it don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it don't mean shit.
People were giving you shit because you came out of Medford?
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
That's crazy.
out of all places, we're like, now especially too, and like, you
Trust me what?
You feel me?
Oh my
now
God.
excuse me, by the way, I keep coughing, I'm sick.
You can pick
Trust
one.
me what?
I mean,
I know what's called. Rich always telling me how they got shooters
I'm
in
not
Medford.
I'm not saying I relate to the struggle, because I definitely don't relate to the struggle, but I relate to people just coming at you just because
the area.
from Medford. Like, Medford has a negative connotation from it, and I don't know why.
It's taking me a while to understand this, by the way.
Yeah, Medford has a negative connotation. Oh, you're from Medford? Oh, okay. And I don't even know why. Like,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I've heard that,
It
yeah.
doesn't make any
Really?
sense, because Medford's a great city. It's a overall. There's nothing bad about
the Medford
this place.
Malden area. I remember, I think it was like early like 2010 or maybe it was like 2008, but it was like voted like the #1 area in the United States to raise your kids.
Yeah,
The
facts.
Malden Medford
Sick.
area.
Shout out to Malden.
Malden,
and I think-
Medford,
I
from
think
both.
it's shitted on because like it's not hood, it's not like
No.
it's not dangerous at all, and like the rappers and people that come out of here try to represent that sometimes, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. Everyone caps. Everyone caps.
But at
Caps,
the same time though, like I'm starting to learn, especially on this journey, where like you never know. You feel me? Like that's why like I don't necessarily, kind of gauge people anymore on that level, because you never know who's holding. You never know who's gonna pull that trigger. You never really know. You feel me? So that's why I try to kind of conduct myself in a certain way where it's like, oh, there's really no beef anyway. Like, there's no animosity on my part. Like at the end of the day, like y'all get mad or whatever, but like I'm probably not gonna be mad within like an hour or two.
It's not worth it.
That's the way I am. Like, and that's what I'm working on as well, where like I'm trying to like remain grounded. You feel me? And kind of not let other people's energies kind of, dictate the way that you're carrying yourself. You feel me? Because then like next thing you know, your whole day's messed up. Your whole week might be messed up. You feel me? And then there's so many possibilities that can kind of occur when you're over here stressing like random like BS. Feel me?
But you said that you're trying to put a lot of artists on, but like, wouldn't you agree that it would probably be more beneficial to put artists on coming out of a spot where not a lot of artists are getting put on? Where if you were to go somewhere like New York, Cali, or Florida, where a lot of artists are already getting put on, it might be easy to just slide yourself into that ranks rather than just coming up and doing it on your own in a city that's not getting much love.
I'm learning that now. you know what I mean? Like
I feel you.
literally. So these last 6 months, when I did my first event after my birthday, June 5th, we did our first event. I think it was July 18th. We did Summer Vibes Part 1. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just learning that just the hard way. You feel me? That I don't know. I just assumed. You know what I mean? But when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. I just assumed that I was gonna do something, and like if you build it, they will come, and then everyone's just gonna see it. But nobody really wants to go out to the $10, $15 events and support local artists and do all that stuff. I feel like there's like a select few people. You feel me? So I think if I was to do it differently, it would definitely be more along the lines of I would locate which people are already trying to do it. You know what I mean? And I would have reached out ahead of time, as opposed to I kind of thought that I would have to build something to kind of carry weight, you know what I mean, before I reached out to people and before people really take me seriously, you know what I mean? But then once people saw me kind of building something, then it's a whole different monster within itself, So if I was to do it differently, I'd probably reach out ahead of time and be like, yo, like just show me, you know what I mean? I'm very humble in the sense of information, you feel me? Where like, just teach me, like don't belittle me, you feel me? Just show me, and like if you show me, then I promise you, like I'm good. Just show me once, twice, twice max. You feel me? I'm good.
So
Yeah, facts.
as it relates to that, real quick, you got next question? You got
No, go ahead.
So as it relates to that, I was gonna ask, you say show me. So have you ever looked for someone older than you or someone who's done what you've done for wisdom and guidance to like give you a template of how you can do this successfully?
So not only have I looked, but there's been a couple of people that the universe have literally just given to me. You feel me? Where, like my first mentor, Frankie Gonzalez. Shout out Frankie. He's the ambassador for the Los Sueños program for the Red Sox. You feel me? And so he makes sure that kids from, I think it's I forgot exactly. I don't want to mess up on air, but he makes sure that kids kind of get the opportunity to come to the States to play. Feel me? Especially once they're like 13, 14 years old and like they're like nice, but they don't have the opportunity. But anyway, so I met Frankie, right when everything happened. Like I was like on my boy's couch, XYZ, and Frankie kind of saw something like in me that I didn't even see. You feel me? Where he was like, "What are you gonna do now?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know." Like I was playing ball at UMass Boston, and that was going one way, but I tore my meniscus and I sprained my MCL, so there goes ball. And he was like, "Well, do you have any like kind of like gifts or talents?" And I told him, I was like, "Well, I had this idea where me and a couple of my boys used to like kind of just be around, just chilling, be like, like versatility. Like we would do something kind of like, like weird or like out of the ordinary. Like, I don't want to say weird, but like, something like hold a door for a girl. Feel me? Like chivalry. Feel me? Like people say chivalry is dead, but like Hawk and I would do something like that, right? And then afterwards we'd be like, versatility. It's versatility. You feel me? So when I told Frankie about, little stories like that and like, little inklings of, I guess, versatility, he told me, he was like, yo, like write a business plan. Feel me? And without Frankie telling me to write that business plan, like I wouldn't be right here. Like I still have the business plan on my phone where I literally said, I was like, yeah, like social media is gonna be the main thing, social media as a platform. I'm gonna connect my 2,000 plus people on all my platforms and yada, yada, yada. Where now if you look at all my stuff, I think I have like, I don't know, probably at least like 5,000 people across like all platforms between Versatility, my platform, Snapchat, Facebook, XYZ, Instagram, Twitter. You know what I mean? So I think it's definitely important to kind of have the mentors. You feel me? Because without the mentors, and that was just my first one. I've had multiple business meetings where like I went from having meetings in like whips and cars, you feel me, to having meetings at like, Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, when you meet up with somebody and like, it's more official, meet up with your notebook and stuff, so. I think mentors are definitely important because without the mentors opening that door for me, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, but I also feel like in a business aspect, everything kind of stems off connections, fair to say. So like,
it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, man.
Yeah, facts. So like the fact that you're connecting with all these people like a Starbucks, Red Sox, and like that, that's good. But I think just off that alone and the fact that you're going to do social media as your main platform, I don't really think you got to worry about location. Because you think about it, you got the whole internet as your location.
That's valid.
Like mad people be making money and they never leave their room.
That's
big fact.
So I think if you not so to say as like telling you what to do, but if you try to at least work your way through the city and not really worry about starting a big clientele, because obviously everyone's going to start low in the beginning, you feel me? Everyone's going to start mad low in the beginning, but I feel like if people like accept that shit and just take that time period to just build connections with mad people, then when everything catches up to them in the future, they already got everything laid out right in front of them, so they can kind of just kick everything off going straight forward. So if you think location's holding you back, I think my piece of advice would be to use the limited amount of people that are already here to kind of give you
Boost
that
me to
as a
the next
forefront
step.
in the city. You feel me? So if you were to leave, when you come back, you at least have something to come back to. You feel me?
No, I definitely feel that.
I'd probably say like that's like my piece of advice in terms of connections. I think like this show, like the Urban Product as a show and platform, I think has been built entirely just based off connections. So
Big facts.
Facts. So like if we could do it like that,
And look at where you guys are at now. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's only getting better.
No, I definitely feel that. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. Like even when when I was homeless, I started promoting for the club. I was taking the train to the club. You feel me? Like I had my little black promoting shirt on and I had my little Versatility t-shirt underneath, but like I looked like I was like, official. Like no one really knew like my situation, you feel me?
Yeah.
But I was like, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I went from one club to like 4 different clubs. I probably have access to like a lot of clubs out there in Boston now. You feel me? Like I kind of like know like a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's good because with putting your brand logo out there too, if people don't know what the brand is, just simply seeing that logo time to time, it's going to come to them at a point where they just start recognizing the logo off rip. And then once you see it enough times, then you're eventually going to start questioning it and be like, yo, what's that? I'm seeing this shit everywhere. So like,
yeah, it's been dope when like, you know, I've had people literally like, you'd be like, oh, like I've seen this somewhere. And I'm like, oh, word? You feel me? And I'd be like, wow, like I'm blessed. You feel me? They'll be like, oh, I seen it on this or I seen it on this. And like now, like I live in New Hampshire, so I remember I went over to the Foot Locker over there and I was talking to the manager, and one of the coworkers there was like, yo, like I've seen this. And I was like, what? you know what I mean? Like, yeah, hit him with a goofy smile, but it's just crazy to me to kind of see, especially the power of social media, where like everybody can see it. You know, all it takes is really, you know, just a share. You know, a like and a share and a comment, and the next thing you know, someone else is seeing your stuff. You know what I mean?
What's been your proudest moment so far?
Proudest moment, I was probably booking the Middle East. So for Summer Vibes Part 3, we booked Middle East, you know what I'm saying? And that was the biggest thing for me because up until that point, like we had just done, you know, just like random events, you know what I mean? Once I did Middle East, I had like, I remember when I got there, they had, like a tenure about what's gonna happen like in the night. So they had like all the artists on it, you feel me? And it was like real official. So it's a Versatile Events Presents. You know what I mean? It's crazy because I remember like I'd just be like to myself like, oh, Versatile Events Presents. Talking to my boys like, oh, that sound good, right? You know what I mean? It sound good, right? And then you see it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it, like I remember when I got those tickets and when I held those tickets in my hand. I think it was 100 tickets or 200 tickets, whatever. But like I held it and I saw on it said Summer Vibes Part 3, Versatility, sponsored by Versatility. You know what I'm saying? Versatile Events Presents. So that was definitely probably my most proud moment where, especially when I saw the artists that day when they all performed and like, you know what I mean, we killed it, even though it rained that day, and we still actually, you know, brought people in, you know. So that event right there was definitely my proudest moment.
So I gotta ask, because there's a lot of people out here trying to promote clothing brands and everything, trying to put on for themselves. What sets you apart from the rest?
Nothing. You know what I mean? I would say that if anything, it would just be more the way that I do things, you feel me, where I'm more focused on content creation, you feel me, because I understand that if someone is doing something and they're wearing my stuff, then like it's self-promotion, you know what I mean? So the way that I kind of envisioned everything was that after, you know, a long time, I didn't know how long on my part, but a long time me doing all the legwork, then like it's gonna literally be like self-sufficient and just like be like an entity that promotes itself and like makes money by itself, you know, once everyone else is kind of doing the versatility challenge and like all the stuff that I'm trying to get them to do to like produce content, viral content, you feel me? So, yeah.
So, real quick, talk about like the different colorways you got and the sweatshirts, the hats.
Yeah.
Talk about the versatility.
Yeah, I mean the versatility. I know you can't.
Just can't talk about prices.
But yeah, so right here we have the starter hoodie. I dropped so we started off with t-shirts. You know what I mean? I just had black tees with the broken heart on the back, and I had the logo smaller than this, like up on the chest. I remember promoting it. It was just cold outside. You know what I mean? Just in the cold, trying to take pictures in the cold. You feel me? But anyway, so we went from t-shirts to hoodies. We had black hoodies to navy blue. From the navy blue, we went to, I think I started to do, I did camo first because I wanted to do something different. You know what I mean? I dropped black, blue. Then I was like, well, camo. Everyone was like, okay, that's dope. Then on top of that, I was like, next, I was like, pink. You feel me? A lot of my boys was like, yo, like, I need that. I was like, word? So then I was like, let me put the pink and the camo together. And I dropped the pink camo. And like, yo, when I dropped that pink camo joint, like, that's the one that everyone loves. Pink camo this, pink camo that. So we have, I think, 6 colorways on the hoodie so far. I'm dropping the purple colorway on the anniversary, November 22nd, it's a 2-year anniversary. We're gonna drop the purple hoodies as well. I'm gonna drop it in dark gray, I think the month after that, in December. You feel me? Because I've had that one in the vault for a minute now, and I'm just trying to get them out while I can, especially during hoodie season. You know what I mean? So I've had hoodies, we've had shorts. I guess you would kind of say basketball shorts, but in my opinion, it's more like streetwear shorts, you feel me? Where it's more like the cotton heritage, but it has the big logo across the crotch for males. But I had dad hats as well. We have joggers. the T-shirts, we had crew necks.
Now, can you get everything else in the same colorways as the sweatshirts, or are there select colorways for everything else?
So in the joggers, we only have the navy, the gray, and the black. And like I said, like I'm just kind of starting with all this stuff, so I kind of have access to certain things that can get printed on. You feel me? If I could get the pink camo joggers to go with the pink camo hoodie, I definitely would, because a whole bunch of people have already asked me for it, but I don't have access to like the pink camo joggers. You know what I mean? There's only certain colorways that you can get. But in terms of screen printing, embroidery and everything, you can kind of like, I could put it on anything, but I'm trying to get to the point where like I'm meeting up with these manufacturers and I'm getting access to like, you know, the other parts of the fashion industry that's down the line. You know?
So where can they find this merchandise?
Oh yeah, my fault. So y'all can check out the brand at www.versatility.clothing. Make sure y'all tap in and follow the brand on Instagram as well at versatility.clothing. On Snapchat as well at versatility_clo, and on Twitter as well at versatility_clo.
Do you have anybody else on your team?
So yes, you know what I mean? Like I have a whole bunch of brand ambassadors, you feel me? So a whole bunch of my boys that, you know, have stepped up and like they consider themselves, you know, ambassadors of my brand. You know, they're willing to help me spread the word, and if I need them to come out to events and do stuff with me, you know what I mean? Like they're with it. So I definitely have a team. But in terms of like, I don't, like all the stuff that you see, bro, like it's all me. Like it's all me. Like the editing and the this and the that, like, and it's kind of draining because like I'm trying to get to the point where, you know, obviously God's willing, where like, you know, someone else can help me do all this stuff. You feel me? Because like you guys have what, 3 of you guys over here producing the content. You guys have people back there working all that stuff. Like I don't got none of that. You feel me? It's been more of just me kind of just plugging away and just doing it. And if you don't know how to do it, then you just figure out how to do it. You feel me? Between Google and YouTube, like I don't know, like in my opinion, like people just be making excuses. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, like you can do anything, especially with the power of these phones. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, in my opinion as well, like not to sound crazy or nothing, but we're already all cyborgs. You feel me?
In
like
what way?
In terms of our phone, like you can necessarily not live without your phone. We're already kind of already part robotic. You feel me? Like we're like without that tool, like, you know, certain people don't even know how to function. Like I know, like this is like probably a bad example, but in terms of like my nephews, feel me? Like my nephew Simeon's 14. You take Simeon's phone away from him, Simeon don't know what to do. You feel me? Like it's the end of the world. And I'm not even saying Darnell. Now let's say we take that phone from Darnell. You feel me? Darnell not gonna know what. I'm kidding. But you know what I'm saying. So I just
take IG and
you feel
snap
me?
away
Especially
from Rich, bro.
You got crazy.
Take Twitter. You can take everything.
Oh yeah,
from
Twitter.
Me but
When you take Twitter away from him.
Yeah, but everything else is where you like to flex. So that's why I'm saying.
It's all listen. It's all good rec. It's all good rec. But like you feel me? Like in my opinion, like we're already cyborgs, yo. Like without the phones and without the like, what would you do without GPS? How would you get around without GPS? Do y'all
facts? Y'all went around when MapQuest was out here.
Y'all
niggas were here when MapQuest was out here.
Oh my
Niggas had to print out the directions.
Print it out. It was like 5 pages.
That's why we had to look for the street signs.
Oh, God.
I remember my pops used to be like, yo, like we about to go XYZ. Like I need you to print this out. I used to be like, damn. Because now I got printed out on top of that. Like we about to go pick up this car, and like I got to be in the passenger seat telling them, is this right, not this right? Then you mess up.
The struggle is when you didn't have a printer to print it out. You had to figure that out.
Yeah.
Like, yo, how we
You gotta write it down.
You missed that turn. There's no rerouting, bro. You nah, you fucked.
Yeah. So in this digital age, I just feel like, especially the way that we're going towards, like artificial intelligence is crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on that people really don't, you know, kind of look into. Because I feel like, I don't know, a lot of people just want to be, oh, iPhone 11 Pro, feel me? Like, wow. Like I went to the mall the other day and there was a line out there, like they had just dropped it, you feel me? Like I feel like a lot of people, they just want to be, how do I say, like wowed by the technology, as opposed to like really understanding it and what's going on. You know what I mean? Like how Facebook has like access to like all your records. You know what I mean? All these platforms have access to all your stuff like forever, feel me? And you have people going on social media and just posting like crazy stuff. Like I remember I was on Facebook last night. I think this girl posted some crazy stuff about this other girl, and I was just reading it, and like I didn't react to nothing because it was kind of crazy. But I was like, what? like, you put this on social media? like you know, I was like, hold on. I was like, tap. Like, you know, this is Facebook, right?
I think social media's like desensitized us to shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Think about it, like you said, you didn't respond and you just saw it, but how many times before have you seen something like that on social?
It's just so it's like common. I feel.
Internet in general, yeah. Internet in general.
It's like I feel like
people
want to like. They want to see stuff that kind of stir emotions within you, I feel. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like, why do people watch the news? You know what I mean? Like, they want to, obviously want to be updated on the news, but they more want to see the stuff about the violence and the XYZ, like, all the crazy stuff that's happening. You feel me?
I feel that. Y'all got stickers?
No, I don't have any stickers yet.
Should make some stickers.
Stickers, you think?
I'm starting to learn that, like...
by the way, I'm taking all ideas. I
was just about to ask. Stickers, great idea.
Yeah, I'm
stickers is great. Like, it's great publicity because people are just gonna be like, "What the fuck is that? Like, where'd you get that sticker? What is that for?"
Stickers are everywhere.
But what sizes do you carry everything in? We didn't talk about that real quick.
So we go from small all the way up to triple XL. You feel me? And if you feel me? So we definitely got you, Brody. And if someone needs a 4X, we can get that made too.
Oh, really?
Facts. That means inclusion for everybody. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Sick of them making fly shit for the skinny niggas, bro.
Said that.
Nah, but in terms of when you were talking about the fact that you've been doing this for like 2 years and being on your own. Yeah, sometimes it takes that long. Patience is a crazy like virtue to have, and like all that shit, because
there's no easy way.
Yeah, like I just always use myself as an example of how everything started up to like where it is now. Like people will like just come straight into the show and just think it's been like this the entire time. But nah, fam. In the beginning, we started in my living room.
Y'all was on Anchor?
You feel me? Nah. We've been doing it like this since we started, and we just kind of just built. We just built onto it as time went on. Like, started. The idea came in my living room. It was me and somebody else at the time. We did shit at our radio station on campus, and then that was taken away from us. So then we transitioned to doing it back at the crib, and like we didn't have like a studio setup or anything, so I like went to Guitar Center, got these 2 mics and connected them to my laptop, and like for a good like half of the year, that's how we were doing podcasts, just me and Rich in my room, laptop right there, recording it. And then eventually we moved into a space like this. So definitely at first it was challenging, sometimes frustrating, because when you have all the ideas you want, but you don't have necessarily the
resources.
Yeah, the resources you need just to put that shit out there, it can be frustrating. But if you are patient and you just keep that grind and hustle, then everything follows up with it.
The way I like to think about it is you got to think about the fact that when we start things like this, it's just us, like you said. Like you were the only one with this idea, doing it by yourself. You didn't have anyone to help you out with that. So you got to think about that when you take it into account. Like you've been on this mission for 2 years. Look at how far you've come by yourself. Now imagine once you start adding people to that team.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You start bringing people on you with this journey. How far you can even go past that. So I'm just saying, like, the sky's the limit. You never know. And I think about that all the time with me and Dev. Like, I think about me and Dev and Imani. I'm just like, yo, we could be the Breakfast Club one day. You just gotta have that vision.
No cap.
Yeah. You just gotta have that vision.
And I'm definitely take a second to say I'm proud of y'all. You feel me? I definitely seen you guys kind of build it from what it was. Like I remember seeing you guys take that first video at the Quincy Queries. Feel me? You guys talking about we gonna have the visuals now. And now I'm looking up. You feel me? Now they got. now I'm looking up. You feel me? Now they got me on the visuals up there. You feel me? So I'm definitely proud of you guys. I definitely see the grind, and like you guys can definitely be the Breakfast Club, if not better than the Breakfast Club.
Now I gotta ask this. This is my last question, really, because this like talking about like the come ups and everything, because there's obviously vultures for us. Like people just like, yo, can we come on the show? Why? Like, why do you want to be on the show? What do you bring? Like, what have you done? You know what I mean? Does that ever happen with you? You got people trying to like mooch off you and just like
let me get a sweater for free.
So many. What?
Just talk about
hold on. Are we gonna talk about the mooching that Darnell said, "Oh, we gonna talk about the can we get a sweater for free?"
Right.
Because the can we get a sweater for free, I'd be like, come on, man.
Yeah, you guys stupid or are you crazy?
That I never
Like,
understood.
like,
That I never
like,
understood. Yeah.
like for free, I'd be
You
like,
don't
yo,
even ask
like.
Nike that shit. So why would you ask to do it?
Okay.
So when I put in the order, right? when I put in the order, right, and I'm getting my stuff in bulk, and it's like $1,000 plus. Like the stuff wasn't free then. You feel me? And I get it because my boys will see like, oh, like you got 24 of this and 24 of that, and blah blah blah. Like, oh, you got it, Mo. But I'm like, well, knowing my situation, knowing my story, I don't have it yet. You feel me? I'm out here like all the stuff I'm getting, like it's all being reinvested back into the brand. Like I said, like we just started off with T-shirts. You know how much it took me to turn those T-shirts into the T-shirts, joggers, shorts, dad hats, and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I made had to go back into the brand. You feel me? So.
Nah, I feel you.
What about the people trying to
Mooch.
Oh yeah, my fault. So it's tough because, all right, so I can kind of feel energies, whatever. You know what I mean? Like real like empath stuff. You feel me? So when people they try to mooch off me, like I'll feel it. And I literally, like, it's crazy. Like, I'll be looking at people. I'll be like, what value are you bringing? Like, people try to mooch, and, like, I've taken my L's. I've given out the merch saying that, oh, I'm going to give you this so that you can do this. But if it wasn't for you saying that you were going to do this, I wouldn't have given you the merch. You feel me? Talking about, oh, like, I'm going to produce content, or I'm going to go take a picture. I'm going to go do this and that. You know what I'm saying? So, mooching, like, I don't even, like, yeah. It just sucks, man. It just sucks because people would just... It's all about perception, right? It's about how people perceive you, and just people would just like assume so much. But when you assume you make an ass out of you and me, then now we both looking crazy. Because when I gotta say, yo, like, can I get $20 for my $40 hoodie? Can I get half off? Yeah, I mean, I'll give you half off, and like, people will still look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, yo, well, like, if you're giving me the $20 for the hoodie, then at least like you're paying for the cost of it being made, right? I'm not even saying like. If you were to give me the full price, then like you're supporting me and my vision XYZ, right? You give me more than the 20. But I'm like, yo, like at least pay for the product. The extra 20, like I get it cool, like that might be for Mo, but like the product.
Nah, sometimes you just gotta dub them, yo.
Nah,
Yeah.
Sometimes like
you just gotta let them know, like,
like I hear you with the half off shit, I would have been like, nah.
I've been doing the half off for certain people, but like I can't. I can't afford to, because if I wasn't doing the half off, I wasn't giving out all the free merch. If I just kind of just held like, my value, like, just understand your value and just hold it, double it, triple it, quadruple it, whatever. Like I would just held on to the merch, and I would have had like more merch, and I would be able to sell for, max price. Feel me? Where I gave out so much. I remember like my first T-shirt order, right? We started off with T-shirts. I got 22 T-shirts. I was like, yo, in my opinion, right? This is what I thought. I was like, yo, Mo gonna have a brand. All his boys gonna support. I was like, let me go get 22 T-shirts. I think it was like $400 something, $500. I ended up giving out 17 free T-shirts.
Oh God.
This is after I posted about it like a week prior, talking about, yo, like I'm about to do this. I posted it when I got it. Oh, this is fly, this is that. You know what I mean? Oh, I got you on this day, I got you on that. And like I said, like I didn't panic in a sense, but I just wanted to get it out there. Feel me? I was like, oh, like why are people really not like, tapping in? So let me just try to give this and give that. But like I gave out 17 free T-shirts. I sold 5. You feel me? Jesus. So it's definitely been, it's been
some learning.
Yes, it's just a learning experience. The way I see it nowadays, like there's no L's, it's only lessons.
I like
you
that.
Feel me? You feel me?
That's
Like,
a way to look at it.
Like if you consider it an L, then you're not learning anything from it. You know what I mean? Like I've learned so much within these past 2 years. Like honestly, like 2 years ago, like I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about anything. Feel me?
Yeah.
When it comes to anything, like, and even now, like I'm not saying that I know everything, because I still have so far to go. Like this is just the beginning. I'm 2 years deep. People looking at me like this is crazy. I'm like, we're just starting. I didn't even get to the record label and stuff yet.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
I understand everything. Trust me, I understand everything you're saying right
now.
It's all about the vision. I feel like, just hold the vision, man. Just hold the vision. That's once you hold faith in the vision, hold faith in yourself, then I feel like everything else will fall into place. The universe is gonna just provide.
Yeah, and as long as you don't stray away from your vision, the universe will like continue to give you its good graces too. Because another learning experience that I had to learn was learning to accept change. That was one big thing. But then the second thing was learning that you can do everything that you want to do, knowing that not everyone is gonna fuck with that, but also knowing that you're gonna be alright. You feel me? So like in terms of like accepting change, one big thing that I struggled with in terms of this podcast was the first biggest change I ever had to do was when Rich came on the show. That was probably the first thing, because before I didn't plan on doing it with other, like I wasn't planning on branching out.
The way you saw it was
bringing
Dolo.
other people in, you feel me? But Rich was on the show many times before he became like an official member of the show, so he already had the feel for it. He already knew what the vibe was, and it'd kind of be an easy transition for him. So bringing him in and bringing him into the world of that was like a really big step for me. But I don't regret that shit at all, because that step was kind of like a domino effect. Because now bringing him, now everything wasn't just solely on my shoulders. You feel me? I had somebody else's vision, somebody else's support to now build with my shit. And now instead of moving as one, we move as two, you feel me? And we just push everything.
As a unit.
Did that for a while. And now I was so used to it being a 2-person show. Then Rich comes in with an idea to then bring in Imani. Now making a 3-person show, that was something else that I had to learn to accept. But learning to accept that, once again, opened up new doors that we didn't have access to previously. So it just, once again, just continued to stack us up. And if I decided to just stay where my head was way back and just was like, nah, we're going to do it strictly just us two, and it'll just be us two and that's it. Who knows? We might not even be here right now. We might not even have the type of audience we might have right now. You know, everything. You just got to be willing to accept all this shit. And then with the second thing that I said, which was learning that not everyone's going to fuck with you, and that's cool. I've learned that more people come back for the authenticity and just how real everything is, because you don't change anything. So once people realize that you're not going to change anything, then they're like, okay, so I got to realize if I'm going to fuck with this now or if I'm not, because they're not going to change shit regardless. So I can either either get hip or I can dip, because regardless, not changing shit. So if you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you can dip. Simple as that. And then the ones that stay, that's when your core audience builds, and that's when your clientele raises. You feel me? So when you just stay strictly yourself and you stay authentic to yourself and your vision, you don't really change what anyone thinks. You're not gonna really have to cater to everybody else. Everyone's gonna cater to you. So that's how I see shit. Strictly, just move how you want to see shit. Yeah, city's gonna follow.
Yeah, you're dope, bro. You're dope, bro. Real talk. Like what you just said right there was dope too, and like that's been one of the hardest things for me too. Cause like if you see something a certain way, you know what I mean, like. Not every time is it gonna kind of pan out that way. Yeah. You feel me? Like there's been certain things, especially where like, oh, like I want it done this way. But it's like, why don't you take a step back? You feel me? Why don't you let other people kind of, you don't even have to really kind of take their input. Just like let them like, give it. Feel me? And then you decide whether or not you want to take it. You feel me? And you kind of go from there. But that's been one of the hardest things for me too. Kind of, just being like reluctant to change.
Facts.
You feel me? So that was definitely dope, bro. Appreciate you.
No doubt. Of course. It's just for everybody.
That
was a beautiful end
right.
interview. I'm not even gonna lie. I gave some beautiful words of wisdoms and everything. But
oh,
by the way, if you didn't know,
I love you.
That was my way of saying I love y'all. By the way, if y'all didn't know, that's all love right there.
I already knew that's what it was. But hey, Mo, you ready to get into some topics, bro?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
I bet. So,
let me start off. Hold on. Before you get into that, let me just start off by saying this. Okay. All right. So on the way here, right, me and Imani stopped by Popeyes real quick to kind of see what the vibe was, see what the hype was since they made the return. Yo, the hype isn't really all that serious.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. It's not.
I was about to go this weekend.
Didn't someone just die over that?
Yeah, somebody got stabbed.
I saw that.
And
for a sandwich,
prayers hope they get better.
She didn't even eat the whole thing.
I even eat the whole thing.
Hey, you
didn't eat the whole thing?
I got nauseous.
Let me tell you what it is.
For what it was. It does eat like Chick-fil-A. When I see it, I'm like, okay, this is like I just saw mad oil on the bun. It was too much. It was too much.
But she got the classic. I got the spicy. I feel like you were supposed to get the spicy.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna try both this weekend.
It's a chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
I like my stuff neat. That shit was messy, and I was not for it.
I mean, what's it called? Yeah, when we got there, the thing I'll give Chick-fil-A. At least they set it up like a sandwich. Like they'll give you the lettuce, tomatoes, cheese if you ask for it, bacon if you ask for it. But Popeyes, it's just the chicken,
you asked for it.
pickles, mayo or spicy mayo, and then the bun.
That's it.
It's a basic Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Nah, Chick-fil-A, at least they'll put some
They'll
like,
give you
vegetables
lettuce.
and, like,
What's it with you and Chick-fil-A? Like Darnell love Chick-fil-A, huh?
Nah, he hates both of them.
I don't respect
It's just that's the competition.
It's just
The
Oh,
thing
okay.
is-
So
Same shit.
it's between Chick-fil-A
and
or Popeyes.
Popeyes.
And
Yeah.
I don't know the hype of either.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A either, though. You haven't had Chick-fil-A either?
I've had
Say
it
that.
once in North Carolina, bro.
How was
that was
it?
3 years ago.
You
I've
don't
had-
even remember. Yeah, you don't remember.
I've
It's all
had
good.
both to test out the hype, and I'll just say both are overrated to me.
I'm gonna
They're
try
popping
Popeyes
because they're
this
It's
fast food
fast
joints.
food.
That's why I say they're popping. But
It's
I've
fast
worked in like
food.
restaurants like pretty much my whole life, so I'm used to having a fried chicken sandwich. So I've had chicken sandwiches that taste like that at other places, but I get the fact that it's fast food, why it could be like the
Yeah,
hype.
cheap.
If I want a chicken sandwich, I'm going to McDonald's getting a McChicken with mac sauce.
See,
It's
here's the
that
thing.
simple.
Here's the
Like,
thing.
yo,
I went to after going there, after seeing the hype of Chick-fil-A and like Popeyes, that's where I'll give them the hype because I got a McChicken from like McDonald's the other day just because it was late as shit, and nothing else was open.
Okay.
And after as kids, we probably game up eating that shit. After eating a Chick-fil-A and a Popeye sandwich, I'm like, yo, this shit is kind of. I was like, this shit kind of trash. Went to Wendy's, got a 4 for $4 because I wanted to
Shout out
test out
Wendy's
all
one
my
time,
options. Went to the 4 for $4, got the crispy
nigga said
bacon
try
sandwich.
every
Yeah,
chicken
facts. I
every
got.
spot.
I went
Don't
to
kill
McDonald's,
me.
got the McChicken.
Oh,
I went
no.
to Wendy's, I got the crispy chicken at one point, and then I got the crispy BLT just to
got
see.
He said I had
You got
I
money.
didn't get all this
Money.
at once. I didn't get all this at once. First of all, that's a heart
You
attack.
still spending it. You're
This is
still
all-
spending the money.
I thought you was buying each one and taking a bite from each
Oh,
one.
God,
Like that's what I
never.
thought.
With whose pockets? Not mine.
I hear that.
Like, I even went to BK and I tried the shit there, and it's like.
It's nasty.
But coming up as a kid, I used to love all this shit. So that is the only reason why I'll give Popeyes and Chick-fil-A their hype in terms of fast food, because it's better than all them 3 previous joints. But in terms of a regular chicken sandwich, it's not that deep. If anything, I feel like the major point for those sandwiches would be the sauce. And if that's the case, your establishment as a whole is trash.
I wanna talk about a
Jeez.
trash establishment, and that's the
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns.
What's up?
So they lost again this weekend, and one of their
to suck.
players got fired or released immediately after the game. And do y'all know why? Nah,
I didn't hear about
Nah,
that.
go ahead.
So-
fill me
Go
in.
ahead, speak your ish.
So yeah, this dude had a broken hand, couldn't really tackle well, do things he should have did on the football field. So the fans let him know about it.
God.
Some of the fans tweeted like Whitehead's effort tackling today is a joke. #Browns. His name is Jermaine Whitehead. This man responded, "Come get it in, blood, bitch ass, made ass little boy. I'm out there with a broken hand. Don't get smoked, fuck ass cracker."
He said that?
He wrote that on Twitter.
Oh,
Wait, he
To
did
the
it.
fan.
Oh, he did to the fan.
He wrote it to the fan. Yeah.
I thought you meant
And then
that
in
a fan
another
said
tweet,
that.
he also said, "I'ma kill you, bitch. That's on blood."
Oh, we're gonna have to release him. We're gonna have to
Literally.
release him.
Money, I see where you're trying to go. I got
No.
I'm Turner going boo boo boo.
I just want to
Oh
know.
God!
Hold on. Can you read that last tweet one more time for us, please?
Please.
Emphasize
Oh, the one I
last
just read.
words.
Okay,
Yeah, the
all
last
right. The one I just read, or the first one?
The last
When
one
you
you just read.
said.
Okay, all right.
Oh my
He
God.
said verbatim, "I'ma kill you, bitch." That's on blood.
That's on blood. That means he's in a gang? Gang related?
I just wanted I thought this story was hilarious.
Oh, we're gonna have to get rid of him.
As a
That's
professional athlete,
different.
you get paid to take people giving you shit for a living. You know what I mean? You in a stadium of 75,000 people. You get paid for this
You're
shit.
built for that.
Facts.
Like, bro, you can't ignore a couple of tweets from niggas that are irrelevant.
Nah,
tweet,
because
bro.
you're
What would you-
supposed. Nah, because Twitter. I come to get reckless on Twitter. You feel me? So, if you follow me, just know what you're signing up for. mind your business and keep it pushing. Read my tweets and keep it pushing, bro. So you're going to come at me, best believe I'm going to bring the smoke on the field, off the field. You're getting it, fam.
Oh.
I feel like, don't take the disrespect. I feel the cracker part, that might be a little
was like,
overboard.
whoa.
Yeah, that was kind of.
You might got you might got little Jimmys that are fans of you, but like you got it.
He said Lil Jim.
Side note. He got released, and this is what the article said.
Was it because of that?
Yes. He lost the bag because he couldn't control his Twitter fingers. But despite being muted on Twitter, Whitehead continued his tirade on Instagram, where he threatened another user who called him out. So mans ain't learning his lesson.
He has nothing to lose.
Imagine calling somebody a cracker and your last name is Whitehead.
Right.
Come get it in. Come get it in, blood. Bitch made ass little boy. I'm out there with a broke hand. Don't get smoked, fuck ass cracker. Wrote Whitehead.
This on Instagram. This on IG now.
Bro,
That was on Twitter too.
that was on Twitter, bro.
Oh
Is
my
it still there?
Oh no, he deleted his comments, but people
It's
screenshot
still
it.
there.
He's just done. Like he's
Yeah.
Welcome
he
to
did
the
himself
internet.
dirty.
They really released him because of that?
Bro, what?
Of course they did.
What do you mean as a bro?
He added, derogatory comments.
All right, so-
That
It's not
part-
even that, but
part
it's
was
like
yeah.
you're a representation of the Cleveland Browns. Like,
True.
that's basically the Cleveland Browns talking to him, saying that shit, and they can't stand for that. You feel me?
Like
Like, what if Tom Brady just responded to niggas on Twitter, dissing them like that? It ain't going down like that, bro.
Like let's say you work for me, right? And you was talking to Darnell. Darnell was shopping, right? And you was like, "Yo, Darnell, you are a bitch ass nigga." You was on the clock.
You better ride for
You feel
me.
me?
Like, yo, if you're my boss, you better ride for me, bro.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to let you go. I'm gonna have to let you go because, like he just
You
said, like you're a
fucking up the
representation
bag.
of me, and you messing up the bag.
If he keeps you, I'm gonna go talking to everyone else. Don't go shopping here. He got niggas like that who won't be disrespectful. Not gonna take your opinion and you know what I mean?
You got niggas that won't fold. What you mean? Niggas that won't fold. Perspective, bro.
All right, that too.
Niggas gotta ride for me.
To stay in football, did y'all hear about what happened with my man Trent Williams?
Yes,
Yeah, I heard about
sir.
that. That was actually kind of a
You,
crazy.
you
Yeah,
might
that's
you might have to get me hip.
Yeah, so I got y'all.
Go ahead.
So essentially what happened was Trent Williams, he's a offensive lineman for the Washington Redskins. He hasn't reported to the team all year. He finally reported last week because the trade deadline passed and team didn't trade him or release him, so he's stuck with the team, right? So the crazy reason why he hasn't reported to the team, doesn't respect anyone there, and wants to get traded or released is simply because, well, not simply. 5 years
simply
ago,
at all.
Right.
5 years ago, right? He had a bump on his head. He got it checked out by the team doctors. They said it's just the growth. It's nothing serious, right? A year later, it gets bigger. Tell him the same shit, right? A year later, it gets even bigger. He goes get a second opinion from another doctor. They tell him it's a cancerous tumor. He could have died. Now, he said he told his kids that he doesn't know like what he's gonna do. He doesn't know if he's gonna be around. Now, imagine having those talks with your kids and they're like under 10 years old. You feel me? Imagine how that plays with your emotional mindset and everything like that. So he basically said, I'm not going to play for a team and their medical staff when they basically were going to let me play when I could have died and did nothing about it. And as an as an athlete, as a person, and as a human being, I feel that man 1,000,000%. Because I can't imagine being on a team, they misdiagnosed my injury, which was life-threatening,
Okay.
and then still try to make me play for them. Oh, nah, I'm sorry, I'm out. I just want to get your takes on that situation. Like, what do y'all think about that?
I'm pulling up to the office like Ice-T and Straight Outta Compton. I mean Ice Cube and Straight Outta Compton, bro.
Fucking
I mean, when he pulled up and he just fucked up that office, bro, that would have been me, fam.
The bat?
Because of course, because, fam, you misdiagnosed me, and I had cancer, bro. Cancer, fam. That is
2 years.
That's not something that you just miss. You feel me? I feel like you got to take the proper precautions to diagnose somebody with that. And who knows if I didn't get checked up, like if I didn't check that bump following with somebody else, if I just believed what that first person told me and just lived my life and not taking the proper steps to treat my cancer, you know how badly that could have fucked me up?
He could have been dead.
Yeah, if I
dead.
just kept playing and didn't treat everything, I could have just been laid out on the field, and then when you do the reports, then it's like, oh, this person dies of blah blah blah, and then when you see this person's getting misdiagnosed, Fam, whoever misdiagnosed me, your life could have been over, fam.
Bro,
Yeah,
it's the team doctors as a unit. Like,
You could
all of them.
My family would have sued everything.
That's
fam.
what I was just thinking. I was like, yo, like, that's a lock. That's a case.
That's a bag.
I think he has something up with the NFL Players Association. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they're looking into it. There's an investigation about it. I know that.
So I was actually at work 2 days ago too. It's crazy. This life's just crazy. But one of my coworkers tells me, she's like, this is after 2, a couple hours prior. I work overnight, by the way, so we just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
She's older. She's maybe like 50 something, 60 something, to give you guys, a general idea. A couple hours later, she's like, oh, like, I have cancer. And like, this is like an older woman. She's like, she's not really from here. She doesn't really speak, good English and all that. But then she told me about like her son. She always talks about her son, blah, blah, blah. And that's the reason like why she got cancer. She had four separate shots to try to get like fertility shots. You feel me? And the doctors were like, yo, like,
crazy.
if you take this 4th shot, like, you're probably going to get cancer. And she was like, okay. Like, for my son, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. You know what I mean? So now she has her son, and it's just crazy to me because that was like my first kind of, oh, like, I have cancer. Like, someone has told me. You feel me? Like, I've never, like, God forbid too, like no one in my family has had cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never kind of had to deal with that. And when she told me that, like, I almost cried. You feel me? Like, I was just like, what? Like, this is like a coworker, you know what I'm saying? Where, like, you're not a friend, but, like, you're friends. You feel
see
me?
them a lot.
And I'm like, what?
The one difference in that story, though, is that the doctors told her
Big facts.
ahead of time, let her know what would happen if she did that. So she was aware of
the consequence.
Exactly. Trent, they told this man it was nothing.
So to finish, that's why I'm saying, like, I just got wind of that story, right? Like, I'm internalizing that. Like, I don't even know how to kind of like internalize that, because I would have been like, what? I could have died at any moment. Like, I could have been on the football field playing for you guys, right? And then I would have been on the ground. People would have thought, what? That XYZ is happening, and what? Like, I'm dead? God forbid. You know what I mean?
A possibility that I'm not making your team money, so you tell your doctors to tell me that I'm fine.
Okay.
Chill out.
What you mean, chill out?
Because, like, we start talking about stuff like that, man, and
Wait, what did you say?
say it again.
I said
I didn't catch that.
I make money for you, and now there is a possibility where I have to step down and not make money for you anymore. So you as an establishment have me go on to believe that I'm perfectly fine and able to play, so I can continue making money, not knowing you're putting my life at risk.
Well, that would make sense because he is the best offensive lineman on their team.
Exactly.
You feel me? So
Stupid. Use your common sense.
teams want this man on their team. Like, it's a travesty that he's not
It's a
playing
money
this year.
thing.
It's all about the money.
It is a money thing. It's definitely a money thing, but yeah. I'm just saying, like, you got to think about it. This is just one NFL team. You know how many they probably do this with players all over the league, misdiagnosed injuries, and we would never know.
Big facts.
Some of them don't get second opinions. They'll never know.
That's
So-
true.
At the same time, though, like, if I had a growth, you know what I mean, fellas, take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Go get it checked out. Like, I know we all like to think that we're all, like, invincible, we're all Superman, but, like, we're not.
Go
We
ahead.
only get one
I
body.
mean, like, yo, imagine having a growth and, like, I would automatically assume, like, yo, I'm going to bring it to the team doctors. You feel me? They should hook me up. They should help me out. Like, if they tell me it's fine, I'm going to believe them because they're doctors.
So you know how I said, like, I tore my meniscus, I sprained my MCL, right? So when the injury happened, we were mid-season, right? I didn't know that I had sprained my MCL. I thought I just tore my meniscus. So this is just to tell you, like, my coach was like, yo, we need you to play. I was like, what?
So you had a
like,
3 to 4 week tear?
So what? Say it again?
You had a 3 to 4 week tear? It wasn't a complete tear? It was
No, I'm saying, like, I had the tear and then the sprain.
Oh,
But like, we all just thought it was a tear. So my coach was kind of like, oh, like, just play through it. Like, we need you.
So you were able to walk and everything.
Yeah, I was able to walk, but every
Knowing
time
that
I was,
you had that.
when I was running, it was just pain. Like, I was wearing a brace and stuff, you feel me? Like, they were just trying to, like, just, like, get me to play. So that's why I'm saying, like we only got one body.
Coach just said, suck it up.
You feel me? Coach says suck it up. He's like, yo, like, we need you to play. I think I went from, like, 18 points a game to, like, 12 at the end. I think I got blocked. Like, yo, bro, like, I'm the type of player where, like, I do whatever I can to not get blocked. Like, I hate getting blocked. You feel me? I got blocked. I got rejected, like, 3 times after that injury. Like, I was, like, bad. Like, I remember one time I went up for a layup, yo, and this dude blocked it, like, back to me. Like, I'm talking, like, to the floor next to me. Like, I was on the floor. he hit it to the floor. And I was just kind of like, damn.
Right.
You feel me? So I could definitely kind of attest to the fact that, organizations will, they just want you to kind of just play. Like, we need you to play, like, you know what I mean? So you never know. Like, you never really know, like, kind of who has your best interest at heart. You feel me?
I just want to say real quick, you're lucky I tore my meniscus that year too, because I would have given your ass buckets.
Come on.
I just had to say that, but
at least I gave Hawk buckets.
Nah, he was torching, bro. He was torching, bro. It was bad.
At least I gave Hawk buckets. You feel me? Shout out James Hawkins one time. You know what I mean? That's my big little bro right there. At least I gave him buckets. But I appreciate you, Darnell.
I was watching that shit in the stands on my crutches, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I know exactly what he on.
But to be fair though, y'all won.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So like.
Sick.
I only played y'all once.
I know, but every time I played y'all.
He said you smacked y'all. But like, you feel me? So
to be fair, y'all won.
But like,
you saw the score.
but that's not what I'm saying though. The reason I'm saying is that like, yeah, like I got buckets or whatever, but like you guys got the dub.
Yeah, that's all right.
At the end of the day, like I'd rather the dub.
Oh yeah, but shit talking wise, I love saying I got buckets on you.
Yeah.
That's rich.
But let's get into this new music real quick.
I feel like I'm not even an athlete. If I crossed one body, I'm talking shit till the end of the game, bro. So I was like, fam, I was there and I left you over there, bro.
I feel that too.
But y'all know Sleepy Hollow, who Sleepy Hollow is?
Nah.
It's an artist
I heard a little bit.
under Chef G. Like, he's one of Chef G's artists. He was featured on his album a lot. Anyway, he released the album Don't Sleep, bro. That shit's fire. He's literally like a reincarnation of Chef G. They got really similar music. It's the whole album's fire. I fucked with it. I didn't skip one song, but they're all like under 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 2:30. So if you like trap music, well, not trap music, but some hood music, listen to Sleepy Hollow.
It's from New York, right?
Yeah, they all are.
I just love I'm just loving this new wave of like New York artists, because I feel like for a while New York hip hop was just dead, and I like that now it's
like slowed down.
Yeah, now it's starting to come back up, because we're just getting the streets ready for Shmurda and Bobby and Rowdy to come out. So by the time that happens, shit's gonna be hot. But yeah,
no,
it's just gonna be hot. But I feel
real quick, Trick or Treat by Young Dolph, a single. My God. That shit was on repeat legitimately for half an hour for me. Like, that shit was beautiful. Like, I wanted to shoot people after listening to it.
Nice.
You feel me? And I grew up in Medford, so
Facts, RSP, we know what we rep. You feel me?
RSP 134, you already know my set. I got my hitters on me at all times.
West Math.
West Math. No one claims that.
That's why I said it like that.
I'm sick.
But nah, I definitely claim West
Definitely
Math.
go listen to Trick or Treat by Young Dolph, because
kill both of y'all.
Nah, Young Dolph is like that though.
Bro, Young Dolph has been on his thing with Dumb and Dumber, him and Key Glock, that album dropping, and this single, like, he's doing big things.
21 Savage dropped a single, his first single since dropping his album, I Am Greater Than I Was. I listened to it, it didn't really pop out to me. It was just a regular track. And 21 Savage has been through a lot since dropping his album, getting caught up with the ICE shit. And for this to be his comeback track, I kind of expected him to drop something a little bit harder. But, maybe we'll get some following after that. He did drop something that was impressive. He dropped this remix with Alicia Keys and Miguel's. The track is called Love Me More.
No,
not Love Me Love. Show Me Love. Yeah, the track was called Show Me Love. And that track's crazy. If anyone follows 21 Savage, that man is an avid fan of R&B. Like, most of the time, he's not even bumping hip hop. He's only bumping R&B.
Is this Baby Make Music?
That song, I just say it's maybe.
I see Alicia and Miguel, so
Yeah, it could be, I guess. Yeah, it's nice R&B. 21 Savage does this thing on that. And, real gangsters listen to R&B. So
facts. You already know.
Big facts. And then something else that dropped. If anybody watches that Netflix show, Rhythm and Flow.
Yes.
Very dope.
That was fire.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. Very dope season. They brought a lot of dope cats. I was skeptical on it when they first brought it up, but after finishing the whole season, they actually got a lot of dope artists on there. The winner of that show, who goes by D Smoke, who actually turns out to be Sir's brother. If y'all know Sir, he's tied to TDE. So for some reason that makes me think that might have been planted, but I don't want to take that away from D Smoke's talent. When he won, he dropped a project called Inglewood High, and I got a couple joints on there, so definitely be sure to check that out. And then mad people dropped the music, so I'll just run through the list. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but mad people dropped the music. Tiger, YG, Santana dropped Mamacita. I guess ever since Santana came back with Wild Thoughts with DJ Khaled, Bryson Tiller, and Rihanna, there's just been a high demand for Santana, so shout out to him. Frank Ocean looks like he's slowly coming back into the world.
Doubt it.
Well, he's dropped like 2 singles back to back within like the last 2 weeks, so I feel like that says something. And I don't know, maybe he could, since he's independent now, he could just drop whatever he wants. So are we getting a project? Who knows? We'll find out. Roddy Ricch dropped a track with Gunna, Start With Me. Thinking we're probably going to get an album from Roddy Ricch pretty soon. Yeah. And I'll be excited to see that. His last one dropped.
That was this year, right?
Nah.
That was last year?
Yeah.
God damn, I'm getting old.
Feed the Streets 2? Yeah, Feed the Streets 2. That was his last project.
No. I really thought that was this year. I don't know why.
Nah, it wasn't this. That's why we've been waiting for a Roddy Ricch tape, so that's why this is going to be dope.
Because time is going by fast. Time moves faster the older you get.
That's true.
Don't say that.
That's true.
No, it's a fact.
Well, that's dependent on the life you live in. And Young Thug.
I'm living an ain't shit life though.
Sure.
Stop it.
Young Thug and Gunna dropped to the remix to Hot with Travis Scott. That shit was hot. That shit was hot. Travis kills everything. Y'all know this. Y'all already know.
It's legit the same thing with a trap verse.
And it's fire.
Literally.
It's fire.
It is.
What the fuck you talking about? That's just
the same thing with trap verse.
And then Trippie Redd dropped his new single, Love Me More, off of his new tape coming out, A Love Letter to You 4. And I think that is all I got for new music that came out. Yeah. Go listen to all that shit. All right, let's get into our reality checks.
I bet. So, we had a great guest today. I want to say shout out to Maurice for coming on.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Mr. Versatility.
Love is love. Appreciate y'all.
So, I want to tailor my reality check to, the theme, the guest today. So, I want to just say follow your dreams. You never know. I know. You know what I mean? Because you never know where your dreams can take you. You may be starting on your own. You may be starting with nothing. But you have the vision. You have the creativity. You have that in you. You know what I mean? So, just go through with whatever you want, plan, do it, execute, and stay on the course, and you never know what could happen. So, just follow your dreams.
All right. My reality check of the week is, hold on, it came to me. It came to me a couple of days ago, and I have it somewhere in the head. Don't let your comfortability stop you from your creativity. Ooh. So, don't stay comfortable. Don't always think just because something works right now, think of it as, okay, it's working right now for 22-year-old Imani. Is it gonna work for 40-year-old Imani? Is it gonna affect me in a beneficial way later down the line? It could be good to be having small things, that work for right now, but don't let that take over everything. You need to make sure you have certain plans set in motion so that you're prepared for anything really that comes to you later on in life. So yeah, that's it for my reality check of the week.
How about you?
For me, reality check of the week would probably be just support small and support local. You feel me? Because a lot of people, you want to support Nike and Gucci and all these brands that, well, not Gucci no more, but people want to support all these brands that don't give a damn about them. So you know what I mean? Just support local, support small businesses, and yeah, that's it. Versatility.
And then for my vibe of the week,
no reality check.
My fault. My reality check. Thank you. So for my reality check, I'll just say, men, this is for you. Take better care of yourself. Take better care of yourself. You feel me? Hygiene is important. You feel me?
Ooh,
take a look at your nails right now. Take a look at your hands. Take a look at your hands. If you don't got socks on, if you don't got sneakers on, take a look at your feet right now. How crusty are they? I'm pretty sure that they're pretty crusty. You think the summer's over, the winter's coming. Ooh. You got to put them away. You think they're not going to be seen, but nah, don't do that, fam. Go take care of yourself. If you don't want to go to the nail salon alone, I get it, because I don't go alone. So bring a shorty. If you got to bring a shorty to make you more comfortable, do what you got to do. Take care of yourself, you feel me? If you're looking a little rough in the face, take a walk to your local barbershop, you feel me? Have
Say
somebody
it
treat you
again.
right. If you got a barber, don't cheat on your barber. If your barber lives in another state, drive back to that state and get yourself a haircut.
You're
You feel
bugging.
me? Get yourself a haircut.
You're bugging. That's a lot.
When's the last time you've been to the dentist? How's your teeth look
Why?
right now?
Don't kill
How does
me.
your teeth look right now?
Do not kill me. Don't
What
kill
Crayola?
me.
What Crayola crayons?
He
does it look
didn't
like
just
today?
say that, did he?
Don't kill
Did you use
me.
mouthwash today? Have you flossed today?
Oh wow.
Do you have a little piece of Popeye's chicken in your mouth right now?
God damn.
Take some time to floss that out.
What?
All of this
Why is he so
important, you feel
hot?
me? All of
Why
this
are you
is
so
important.
hot?
Have you used Bella Beauty products today?
Wait.
I don't think you
You
have.
said plug.
Because look at my skin. Now look at your skin.
Oh,
Now, if you got to get smoother, just get yourself some Bella Beauty products. And now my last question to make sure you.
Shut up.
Now my last thing just to make sure you're very in tune with yourself. Do you look fly today? Do you have a piece of
yes.
versatility clothing on you today?
I just
If you
look,
don't,
I'm just fly.
Clearly, you were slacking at one point in your life, and just do better to come up and treat yourself better. You feel me? And that is my reality check.
And where can they get the versatility clothing?
You can get the versatility clothing at
At-
Versatility.
At www.versatility.clothing.
You feel me?
Boom.
Y'all
Yes,
see
sir.
the vibes.
Hey.
That's my reality check. Take better care of yourselves, people. So thank you once again for coming to the show. We appreciate
Facts.
you.
Appreciate you, Brody.
Feel me?
Appreciate
Anytime
you
feel
guys.
like you got a
You know
new
what
drop
I'm
and you want to
saying?
promote some shit, just hit us up, all right? So you've been listening to The Urban Product. It's been your boy DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich.
It's been your girl Imani.
And your boy TRV, aka The Real Versatile.
And we will catch y'all next week.
Love.
Deuce.
Boom.